Hello everyone, welcome back to my universe. Make yourself at home. I am Indira, Indy, and I am here on the exciting Aquarius supermoon. Today in the Lion's Gate still. So today is the full moon, and it is in the sign Aquarius. And we are still in the Lion's Gate, so there's a lot going on. A quick piece of information: why is it a supermoon versus a regular full moon? And it's because the orbit of the moon is closest to the Earth at this moment, and it happens to coincide with a full moon cycle. So that is, in a nutshell, what a supermoon is. The moon is closest to the Earth in its current orbit, and it's full. Moving aside from that, what is moon energy all about? Well, the key thing is, it is about our emotional side, how we process things emotionally, how we show up emotionally. And a lot of astrologers actually consider the moon to be more important than your sun sign. Some astrologers consider your rising or ascendant to be more prevalent and important than your sun sign. Because the moon is how we process emotions, view the world through our emotional lens, and as humans, we are definitely emotion-based. And then the rising sign is really about how the world perceives you, how you show up and present yourself to the world, to people around you, etc. So it's interesting, you can really view this as different ways of what maybe you feel more prevalent of, what you feel more aligned with as far as your particular sign that you may have in your moon or your rising. So you can choose. Either way, it's all pieces of the puzzle that is you. So moving on to the full moon, supermoon in Aquarius. It may be a little confusing too, for sure, because technically right now we are in the sign of Leo. So, it's important to differentiate that when the sun is facing a certain degree or a certain constellation, that's one aspect of it. But the moon is doing its own thing. So that's why there's a separation between, even though we're technically in the sign of Leo at the moment and still in the Lion's Gate, we are still focused on moon energy, moon power. So I wanted to introduce to you the tarot card that is connected to Aquarius. And it's a beautiful star card. So the star card, as you can see, has a person, a female, who is a water bearer. And that's what Aquarius is. Aquarius is the water bearer. Even though it is an air sign and not a water sign, its beautiful imagery is kind of waves. So, yeah, it's really just an opportunity to be able to tune in to your emotions without becoming attached to them. Because Aquarius is an air sign, it is about logic and detachment. Yet here we have the moon, which is the emotion side of us. So really it's encouraging us today and days leading up to today being the full moon is to detach from logic, detach from emotions, and kind of really see them as two separate things. Emotions and logic, separate houses within all of us. And it's important to really look at ourselves from a third perspective of detachment. If we are looking into ourselves from the outside in, we can see, are we trying to rationalize emotions that we're feeling? Are we trying to rationalize how we emotionally handle situations? That is a good aspect to really look into. Another side of this is it's important not to always detach from your emotions because it's the right thing to do, because you don't want to deal with it, because you can't process it right now, leave it on back burner. It's really, really easy for us to totally sweep our emotions under the rug and deal with it for another day. Yet that day maybe never comes. And then we start having other issues and things start unraveling, unfortunately, or that dust pile is beginning to really get higher and higher, and then we end up tripping on that lovely rug that we swept all of our emotions, thoughts underneath. So it's important to just remember that we absolutely should not take everything so emotional, so, to heart, but also not to 100% not acknowledge that we do have those emotions and that we are feeling and processing something that may be a little difficult, that may be a little emotionally uncomfortable. So going into the star card, just to give you a really clear definition, understanding, if you ever are to see this in a personal tarot card reading that you do for yourself, or if a reader does it for you, the star card represents in tarot hope and new beginnings. So very positive card. It all depends, of course, your question for your tarot card reading, but it is a good sign of being hopeful, but also starting something new, which is, I think, really exciting. As far as what to explore during this moon in Aquarius, here's a great question. And this question was brought to my attention by this amazing book that I will link in the description box. Moon Power. So Moon Power, empowerment through cyclical living. Everything in our life is cycles. Everything in nature is cyclical. So it really helps us to live our life in a more natural way, supported by Mother Earth, supported by the natural cycles that exist in our universe. Really, really gives us more ease. If we view sometimes our year, our day, as a cycle of production, of rest, of creativity, of taking a moment to analyze, step back, assess how things are going, trying new things, etc. So this book is by Meryl Keskula Drummond, and I will again link it in the description box. But one question it posed in the section of full moon in Aquarius, and just in general, moon in Aquarius, is, are you ready to think outside the box and delete old beliefs and rules to write your own? So Aquarius is all about innovation. It's all about what is the new step, protocol, technology. It is very much geared towards the future. It is also very humanitarian. And in the book, Moon Power, it suggests during a full moon in Aquarius to gather together in a group. Hopefully you have a community that you really resonate with. It could be your friends, it could be people in a book club or knitting circle, or even gamers. I don't know if you meet in person really, but it really is about connecting to a group of people that you really consider your tribe, family, etc. And maybe put it out there to gather and be like, hey, can we all join energy, join forces in creating something positive for this planet, positive for our community, positive for our group, our home, etc. And share your gifts, your talents, your maybe desires for the future, for the group, for the planet, for your home, and really decide on an action plan, and really use the energy of the moon to boost your intentions, to boost your desires for the collective, for your group, etc. So I really hope that this is a great evening for you. If you spend time outside underneath the supermoon in Aquarius, to really magnify your desires of thinking outside the box, of being more innovative. I also was suggested by Moon Power, which gives a connection to gems or crystals, stones. And in this case, it is fluorite. So fluorite is a beautiful light green, also purple. It could be a purple and green in the same stone. Very lovely, but very light coloring stone that you can actually use every day if you would like, but really especially during this time of any kind of influence that Aquarius has, because this particular author is connecting fluorite to a moon in Aquarius. So a suggestion would be to use this fluorite when you're meditating on today, the full moon in Aquarius. When you wake up, you can put it on your physical third eye. You can put it on your stomach, which is your third chakra of personal power. And you can just lay there, let it interact with you, to really start thinking about your intentions, about being innovative, being creative, really thinking of how you can assist humanity at this time. And also just focusing on hope, what you're hoping for, and new beginnings. So fluorite, absolutely a great stone to use for today and any day that you are wanting to manifest Aquarian attributes. I love you so much, and I am so looking forward to the next video. I have not forgotten about mirror work, and I'm actually also going to speak on the lovely constellation of Ophiuchus. So looking forward to seeing you next time. I hope you are well.